The fitness industry, often filled with the wrong advice. If you want to be strong and make super physiological gains, you must not believe the gay myths of the fitness industry. But unfortunately, I was being gay and I did make the mistakes of believing a lot of these myths at the start of my fitness journey. But you don't have to make the same mistakes. So let me debunk 7 fitness myths that killed, murdered and destroyed and annihilated my progress. Purposeful men, we gather. Myth number 1. You should count calories. The facts are that you do not need to count calories when eating. Nature has given us something called appetite, which serves the function of knowing when to stop eating without having to count calories. It kind of worked a little bit for the entirety of the human history. The only reason it might not be working now is because of processed foods, right? Processed foods are made in such a way that they purposefully make you hungry, so you get addicted and you buy more. That's where appetite fails. But if you're trying to progress with your fitness, you shouldn't eat processed foods anyway, as they're incredibly unhealthy. Additionally, counting calories accurately is nearly impossible in whole foods. It takes forever, it's very inconvenient when you don't have labels. Processed foods have the labels, but they should be avoided. Instead of counting calories, you should just eat intuitively. If you eat healthy, your intuition will tell you when to stop at the right time. If you're trying to gain weight, eat even after your intuition tells you to stop. In this way, you consume the extra calories that will allow you to gain the weight. If you're trying to lose weight, then eat until like you're 80% full. Don't starve yourself though. And the easiest is when you're trying to maintain weight, at which point you can just eat until you're full. Exactly what your intuition tells you, but this only works with healthy foods. Myth number 2. You need to directly train each muscle group. Do not do this. This is a waste of time. I used to be worried about looking aesthetic, and so I trained every single muscle group with a different exercise. I would have serratus exercises, I would have biceps, short and long head exercises, I would have teres major and rhomboids exercises. Man, I was crazy. But worrying about hitting each muscle group was a waste of time. Isolation exercises are not necessary unless you have a specific weakness that you need to address. Making your workout have mostly compound exercises that hit multiple muscle groups at once is the best way to go when it comes to strength and aesthetics. I look better, more aesthetic, since I stopped trying to target every little muscle group with multiple exercises. The reasons compounds work better is because they allow you to produce more volume for many muscle groups at the same time, while isolation exercises just hit a single muscle group without training the rest. If we have a workout with only isolation exercises where the guy does chest flees, dumbbell rows, triceps extensions and bicep curls versus a workout with only compound exercises where the guy does bench press, pull-ups, dips and chin-ups, the guy doing the isolation exercises will only hit each muscle group once, whereas the guy who does the compound exercises will hit each muscle group at least 2 times. This is double the gains in the same time span. The lesson here is use mainly compound exercises and only consider isolation exercises at the end of the workout to address a weakness or something like that. Myth 3. You should take protein powders or mass gainers. These products are a waste of time. They are completely counterintuitive to your progress. Protein powders and mass gainers contain a ton of sugars. Sugar is incredibly unhealthy and hurts your fitness progress. Additionally, the effect you're looking for by buying these overpriced products can easily be achieved naturally through a natural diet. I have spent, like an idiot, so much money on proteins and mass gainers that it makes me sick knowing that they don't really deliver any real results. But oh well, you live and you learn. If you want more protein, just eat more animal products or nuts. I mean nuts from food, okay? No homo. Listen, the necessary daily protein intake is easy to achieve when you eat healthy. You don't need powders to achieve it. The more protein, the better is also another common myth. There is a protein threshold, a protein limit, beyond which point taking more protein has been scientifically proven to actually hurt your progress. 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight is enough. Anything more will not magically give you more progress. And this amount is easy to consume from a healthy diet, so what's the point of spending your money to buy protein powders? You're better off buying creatine. And mass gainers, man, they are even more useless. They are just full of sugars which are completely empty calories. They will help you gain fat and diseases, but not muscle. Muscle is gained through healthy foods. If you want diarrhea and digestive problems, then great. Go buy mass gainers, go waste your money. But if you want to gain muscle, then don't make the same mistake as me. Buy chicken and rice instead. Spend your money on chicken and rice, bro. Don't spend them on mass gainers. Myth number 4. It doesn't matter what food you eat as long as it is the right macros and calories. Ridiculous advice. With this advice, you'll be in the hospital by 40 with heart diseases and diabetes. Food is not just energy. Food is substances which interact with your body in different ways. Junk food is called junk food for a reason. It is calories that do not contribute to the well-being of the body and eventually lead to diseases. And also, do not dirty bulk if you care about your body. Yeah, it is important to have foods that include protein, carbs and fats, and yes, it's important to eat the right amount, but what you eat, what you actually put into your body, is the most important thing. My best and quick advice is to avoid sugars, vegetable oils and processed foods. Instead, eat whole foods that you cook yourself, animal products, vegetables and fruits, nuts, just anything natural that is not made by a corporation. There is so much fake food out there, you would not believe it. I have a video about this like 3 videos ago or something. Myth number 5. You need to exercise every day, the more the better. Again, not true. Rest is just as important for building muscle as exercise is. When you exercise, you damage your muscle fibers, but they are rebuilt and stronger only when you sleep and rest. What food you eat is also very important for this process. You need adequate rest after every workout. You need to be fully rested in order to build muscle. Strength training for more than 5 times a week is way too much. It does not allow for muscle recovery and it does not allow for building muscle. More is not better, especially for beginners and intermediates, which is like 99% of people. Overtraining will lead to loss of muscle. My advice is to train 4 to 5 times a week for strength and hypertrophy. I personally have made the mistake of overtraining for a whole year and I made no progress. If you're not feeling refreshed for each workout and if you're not increasing your numbers, you're probably overtraining or not sleeping enough or both. Myth number 6. Cardio kills your gains. The truth is that excessive cardio kills your gains. If the cardio you do impedes your recovery, then of course, as I mentioned in the previous tip, this will kill your gains. You cannot impede your recovery, you need enough recovery time. But cardio is actually essential in a good workout program. The cardiovascular system is incredibly important for the heart and overall health. One of the leading causes of death in the world is cardiovascular diseases, and this is caused by processed food and a lack of activity. In my experience, just doing strength training is not enough for good cardiovascular fitness. You need to, once in a while, challenge the system by running or cycling or swimming or any other form of more intense exercise that leaves you out of breath, that challenges your cardiovascular system. For most of my fitness journey, I never trained cardio, but for the last year and a half, I started running and I did some martial arts as well, which both train the cardiovascular system. And oh man, I can say I feel way better and way healthier right now than I did before. I also perform better in my strength training workouts. My advice is to include some moderately intense cardio once or twice a week in your routine. Do not make it too intense because it will impede recovery, but moderate intensity is going to help you become healthier and become stronger. Myth number 7. You should feel sore after exercise. Nope. No, you shouldn't. The soreness I am referring to is called delayed onset muscle soreness, DOMS, and it happens when you have not trained the muscle for a while or you train a new movement which your body is not used to. This pain only means novelty. It only means that your body didn't expect the exercise you did. This pain does not mean progress. You don't need to feel it in order to have made progress. Once you become accustomed to training, you will see that 95% of your workouts you will not feel sore, but you will have made progress regardless. So do not look at soreness as progress. This is a great way to get injured. The best way to measure progress instead is by counting repetitions and increasing the weights. So in summary, avoid these mistakes. Don't bother counting calories. Eat healthy whole foods on intuition. Don't waste too much time on isolation exercises, compound exercises, allowed to hit multiple muscle groups at the same time. Don't take protein powders and mass gainers because they're full of sugars. Instead, achieve your nutrition goals through your diet. Do not just eat any food. Eating healthy foods is important for a healthy body capable of building muscle, so focus on eating healthy. Do not exercise every day. Rest is just as important for building muscle. You need to rest adequately. Do not ignore cardio. Cardio is super important for long-term health and even your current results. And do not look for soreness when exercising, as it is not an indicator of progress. Count and increase reps and weights to make progress instead. Thanks for watching. If you like this type of content and if I was helpful to you, then I would appreciate it if you join the movement and become a purposeful man. If you want to support me further, then check out the description, and remember, if you don't achieve your purpose, nobody will. Be ruthless.